Okay then, what's going on guys? Brandon Hudden here. Hope you're having a great day. Today is the 14th of December and it is exactly 4 weeks since I got a hair transplant. It's about to happen. We're about to have the hairs extracted. They'll like take the individual hair follicles out and that's what they're gonna put in the hairline. God, I'm nervous.
Everyone, Brandon. So Brandon, the team that's going to be looking after you today is Sana and Martin. Yeah.
It has been a whirlwind of a journey to say the least. Like there's been ups, there's been downs, but today I'm going to be speaking about what the first 7 days of recovery was like, because that was the most eventful. That was when there was the most highs and the most lows and the most pain and different things like that I experienced in the first 7 days after the surgery. Considering for the procedure they had to shave the entire back of my head.
You're nervous?
Yeah, can you tell?
It's not going to look too different to be fair, just obviously a lot shorter.
Tiny little fluff taking off, look how far back.
Pretty much down to a 0 to be able to extract the hairs to put into the front. I'm going to show you what that looks like right now, 4 weeks after the surgery. I'm going to zoom in. This is the front on this side, and then this is what it looks like on this side. These points here are exactly where I got the hair transplant. My hair is pretty thick from the front, but they actually did put some hairs in here as well, in like little gaps that they saw. And then of course the hair from the back is already growing in, as you can see. I can't wait, honestly. I mean, I'm growing my hair out now. I have dedicated myself to having long hair after the hair transplant. So I've decided to let my hair grow as long as physically possible because I've never had long hair. I used to have like a flick, like a fringe in school. I've always had like quite thick hair, so to see it fade over the last few years has been very annoying, which is why in these parts right here, I decided to get a hair transplant before it got any worse. So before I show you the goal look of the hairstyle I want to have when this all grows out and the new hair transplant hair does eventually grow into my hair, we're gonna go back to day number 1 of the recovery.
You're taking off your bandages.
I'm nervous. This is really yeah. It's okay because like, it didn't really hurt in the night time to lie on.
Yeah.
But it's gonna be like bloody and stuff now.
Ooh.
We're taking off the bandages. Also the tape stops you from like lifting up your eyebrows to like move the area. The tape is a good thing. I wish I could keep the tape on.
I can put more plaster tape on your face. Just, yeah.
Just put your head, yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep. Got it. Oh god. I'm sorry.
Fuck, that hurts.
Yep, done. You okay?
Yeah, I can't move my forehead. I feel like I got Botox. That wasn't the best. The back of my head, now it's got air to it, it like actually hurts more than when the bandage was on.
Okay. So there is a little bleeder.
Yeah, so there's some bleeding of course, because we basically just ripped off a scab.
So now I'm going to dab the area and basically clean whatever blood is left over.
We have a bowl of warm water, so it's not like super cold on the back of the head.
I'm just gonna hold it on the area that's bleeding.
It's
not
like a tap.
It's not gushing.
Don't do that.
I have to tap. This is why we took medication right before we did this. That's it.
That's it.
That's all they told us to do.
It feels like not a lot. I'm gonna do 2 more there. We're already breaking the rules. So, day number 1 was very painful because after operation day, they give you a bunch of things that you have to do and like what do's and don'ts. But day 1 was literally very simple steps. Removal of the dressing, swabbing the area, make sure it's clean, keep the head moist and don't itch the area. Of course, like, you know, keeping your hands away from the area, that was the biggest challenge of the day. And lastly, there was antibiotics and that honestly like tapered away very quickly. After the first day, day 2, day 3, I didn't really feel like I needed to take the antibiotics and that wasn't me trying to like be tough. I honestly just didn't really feel that much pain after the first day anyway. So it's the night time now and the first night just picked up some hair bands because you can't touch your hair. Like my hair was like falling in my face and I like put a hairband here just to like keep it out of my face because if you like pull your existing hair, because like the roots are all underneath the skin like are all like gelling together and stuff, if you pull one out you could pull the other one out too. So we got a hairband, we got a nice leopard print one here just in case. There was a pink one but I opted not to get that one just because I didn't think it would suit my aesthetic to be fair.
I thought it was going to be better for you.
Day 2 and day 3, your face balloons up and I didn't actually realize how bad it was going to be because right now obviously cheeks are a little bit puffy and everything from like just overall stress in my head area. I'm realizing now how bad it's going to be because you probably can't see here but when I'm looking in the mirror these parts here are like full of pus. If I like push my head in, like this skin here moves, it like doesn't move, it doesn't crease like this skin. Whatever's here and here is gonna go here. I'm gonna be Mr. Potato Head.
Looking good.
Yeah, good. but this is the worst part. Overall, of course, the entire process, I mean, the worst part was when they were putting in the numbing.
You okay?
Yeah.
So you're gonna get quite a few of these now until it numbs.
Yeah.
And you need to let me know even if there's a little bit of stinging. He's got really good grafts. That means he's gonna have really strong, thick hair, okay?
He does have thick hair.
Do you wanna see what your hairs look like when they come out?
No thanks. So I felt nothing. That was the most painful part. It was like kind of like a 4 to 5 out of 10 in the pain threshold sort of thing. But then the whole procedure itself was literally like no pain at all. I barely felt a single thing and watched Netflix the entire time. So that was great. All the way up until day 3, I took a few pictures here and there. There was a few videos that I like wanted to gather, like things I was doing. 4th spray of the day. And we're done for the night. We're gonna eat, we're gonna chill. We just went to the store, we got some food, some like really good food that I like. I played some Call of Duty. I don't really play that much COD, but it was a good excuse to just like have some fun and try and hit some steps, you know, be active. But honestly, one of the main goals in the first 14 days is keeping blood pressure quite low, avoid sweating, anything that's gonna like, you know, make the area sweat for you to wanna itch it. There was no fast pace, there was no cardio, there was no like abs or home training. I couldn't train for 14 days. That was also the hardest part, not training. Because I went into I'm not gonna lie, at day 7, I was in a slight depression, and it's taken me a little bit of time to get out of that. I haven't really wanted to post on YouTube or do anything. I mean, I haven't actually uploaded a YouTube video in 14 days. When I broke the consistency of my schedule and my training and my diet and all those kind of things over the 14-day recovery, it was honestly hard to get back to normal. It's taken me 4 weeks since the surgery to make a freaking YouTube video, and that is so unlike me. But we are back now. I'm in a very good headspace. I'm very excited to start the off season, which literally starts in about a week from now. The anabolics and everything, that's all gonna begin in the next week. So I'm very excited about that. Day 3, this was when it really started to get difficult because of the facial aesthetic. I said to myself that I wouldn't ever post these online, but just for the purpose of these videos, I'm just gonna send it and I'm gonna show you the reality of what my face looked like from day 3 up until day 6. There was 3 days of complete swelling. I feel like you could describe me as a sad panda. I looked miserable because my eyes, all the swelling from my head seeped down my face because it obviously has to leave somehow, and it like squinched my eyes like this. When that went away, I started to feel really good about myself, but there was times I couldn't even look at my girlfriend. I didn't even want to, like, you know, I kept my head down. I kept myself away. I didn't want to go outside. I didn't go shopping. I didn't actually leave the house for 3 entire days. I mean, the pictures don't do it justice. It was huge. But that is the reality. After day 3 up until day 5, because there was something I was allowed to do at day 5 which made everything so much better, or started to get better anyway, and that was washing my damn hair for the first time. So as you can see, I literally have to use baby shampoo that they gave me. I put a bit into a huge mixing bowl from the kitchen. I poured some in the thing, I mixed it together with my hands to fluff it up a little bit, and then obviously I slowly tipped that over my head. And I did that I think 3 times, and I did it every other day all the way up until day 14, which is where I was allowed to shower properly. All right, so first time out of the house in the last 5 days pretty much, because today was the first day where I could freshen up and actually have a shower. Yes! I actually feel like a new human, like I feel fresh, and we're outside somewhere right now to get Geordie something that I'll probably use a little bit of to promote even more anti-productiveness. Hey. What are we here for?
A Nintendo Switch.
You don't even know what you want it.
I just want it.
What game do you want to get?
Mario.
No. I was thinking about getting one for Christmas, but she couldn't wait. She was like, I have to go get one right now. But right now it just feels good to just like honestly be out and just like doing something that isn't just like in the place. The past few days haven't been the easiest for me because with all the face swelling, like today, like it's not as bad as it has been. Like you can still see like my eyes kind of droop down a little bit there. That's pretty much it. That is an update of how the last 5 days have been for me.
I think they can see me.
You got it?
I'm confused.
Which game are you gonna get?
Super Mario Bros.
Yeah.
And Animal Crossing. I'm gonna whoop your ass at Mario Kart.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god, I'm so excited.
At the bottom of this, there is some additional information which basically says, we advise against using a hat until day 14. However, if necessary, you may wear a loose-fitting snapback, basically a hat that's loose after day 7. So if you absolutely have to hide from the world and your hair transplant was maybe like you were full bald and it was your whole head, you can wear a snapback or something after day 7. When you shower at day 14, you're meant to kind of like rub over the area a little bit. Shower is completely normal. and most of the scabs that are in the area do actually come off. Some hair will come with it, of course, like little mini hairs that were in the back of your head. I'd say I'd only lost like 5%, to be honest, over the course of the recovery for the first 14 days before I could shower. And then obviously now, some hairs for the past like 3 to 4 weeks since obviously the beginning of the procedure, they have actually now started to fall out. Growth won't occur. I'm not gonna start to see any sort of hair grow in at least for 2, 3, 4, 5, even 6 months. So eventually all the mini hairs and stuff that are like there right now will like all sort of come out, and then natural hair will start to grow in its place, and then my natural new hair will start to fade into my existing hairline and it will thicken up. And I have a goal. This picture right here, it's edited from an app called Face app. It's just like, it's very dangerous, to be honest. I get scared at how many people use something that's this good at editing for actual Instagram, and you would never know. Jordy and me, like, we messed around with it a little bit and we turned myself into this. This is Brandina. This is what I'm gonna look like after 3 years of my hair transplant. Obviously I'm joking. But obviously that is kind of my goal, because I actually posted that picture on Instagram and I don't know how or why, but I'm pretty sure it got more likes than the freaking picture when I got my pro card. And there was like over 1,000 comments being like, bro, this really, really suits you. And I have had the same hairstyle since I was 16 years old. Since prom, I used to have like I said, hair in my face. I had a fringe. And then at prom, I wanted to look really nice, and I got a suit and everything for my prom date, who was my best friend at high school. And I wanted to look really nice for her to have a good time. So I slicked my hair back, and that is how it began. And I've had the same hairstyle since I was 16 years old. Now I've got the transplant, I'm up for a change, and I want to try or attempt to grow longer hair for the first time. Definitely started to feel a lot more normal after day 7, able to like go outside and everything, just involve myself in public. Going back to the gym was absolutely incredible. It felt so good after 14 days, and obviously now I've been back in the gym for the past 2 weeks. I'm just waiting to receive a blood test to test my blood and everything to see what we're looking like after the show. After being on prep for so long, we've now been on TRT for the best part of almost like 14 to 16 weeks since the show. So hopefully the body is in a really, really good place, ready to push for the off season. I very briefly want to go on the comments of the hair transplant YouTube video and actually answer some of the comments, just because a lot of the comments were very good. A lot of the comments were genuine questions and everything. So first one isn't really a question, but I thought it was pretty cool, and obviously like it's the main reason why a lot of people want to just get a hair transplant. So you had something happen, you felt insecure about it, you got it treated. Fair play, my dude. Nothing wrong with it at all. Having a standard of how you want yourself to look isn't a bad thing. If you just look at yourself in the mirror, you know, one day with hair and then the next day you're bald and you don't give a shit, then obviously don't spend the money and get a hair transplant. I am going to answer a question as well with how much it costs, because that question was asked quite a lot. There were of course some comments and questions and stuff that like weren't very nice, but I mean, you're always going to get that no matter what you do, especially when it's something that like isn't a completely normal thing to do. Like for example, when girls first started getting boob jobs or first getting their lips done, they literally got slated for it until it became a normality. Got to go on finasteride if you want to preserve the hairline long term. You look great, but I think you could rock the bald look. Personally, I don't think I would look good bald, but I actually do use topical finasteride and minoxidil. It's a blend of those two chemicals that essentially I put on my hair morning and night. Over the first 14 days, I didn't actually use that. And of course, applying that with like fresh hair about to grow in, it's only going to do great things. But it is something that you have to keep up and probably do for as long as you want hair, because when you start, you can't really stop. They charge at the clinic that I got it done at 4 to 6 grand. So pound, which would be like, you know, 6,000 pound, 6,500, 6,600 USD, almost 10,000 Canadian dollars. So for the most generalized conversions, that's kind of how much it costs. Different clinics are going to offer different prices. I was extremely lucky, and I got to thank you guys for that, because I was in a very blessed position where the clinic actually completely comped my surgery in, you know, collaboration with obviously like Instagram, social media stuff, obviously like sharing the clinic that I got it done at. This isn't why I got it done at this specific clinic, because a lot of people are going to be thinking you only went to that clinic because they were going to do it for free. I actually had about 5 different surgeries that were going to do it for free. The British Hair Clinic, 2 different clinics in Turkey, there was 1 more in the UK. There was actually 5 people that were actually going to completely comp the whole thing, so I didn't just go to the one that was offering it for free because I'm a freaking cheapskate. It might have been amazing to have a completely comped flight, gone to Turkey, had a fantastic time, but I personally went to the clinic that I thought was the best and had the best results, and that's of course the one that I went to. And then for the final comment that I thought was interesting that I wanted to answer, they're like, bro, if you keep on taking anabolics, if you keep keep on bodybuilding, your hairline is just going to continue to creep back, and getting a hair transplant is just going to look stupid because you're just going to have the transplant, a weird gap, and then your regular hair until your regular hair completely falls out. And I have two answers to that question. One, if that happens, I will just get another hair transplant. Do you think you can only get one hair transplant? If I need another one, I will get another one. Problem solved. The thing that I think is more likely, my hair isn't really going to recede that much more. My hair receded like a centimeter in 4 years, because my hairline ever since I was 16 in school, always pretty far back, which is why in school I always had a fringe because I wanted to hide my hairline. So that's the answer. If I need another one, I'll just get another one in the next like 2, 3, 4, 5 years, but I don't think that that will be necessary, at least for the near to, you know, mid future. That is going to be it for this video. I really hope you enjoyed it. It's taken me a while to pick up the camera to record this video since the hair transplant, but I'm really glad that I did that now, and I've like got a place to be able to like put all the footage that we collected from the first 7 days of getting the hair transplant. Now I feel like I can like come back to YouTube and actually like feel normal again. Like so much has happened over the past 2 weeks. Like I've been in Amsterdam with some friends. It's almost close to Christmas. We've decorated the entire place. Geordie's actually in Vegas right now. We had the best Black Friday. We had the best month in the history of HARDBODY than I've ever had in my entire life. HARDBODY's been around now for 2 years, and imagine the best month. We doubled the best month we ever had over Black Friday. But it was a shame because I was feeling down, because I was feeling low. I wasn't really feeling myself. I was unable to even recognize what was happening and be happy about what had happened and the fact that we doubled our best ever month. But a few days ago, we got back from Amsterdam, and I got a chance to like really like recognize what had happened with my friends, with Geordie, like live in the moment and be happy about it. All the links to the clinic are going to be dropped down below. If anyone's interested in where I got it done, it was in Maidstone. I wouldn't go all the way to like Turkey for this sort of thing. It will be a lot cheaper, but whether it be better, I can't say, because I'm very happy with how mine turned out. I've seen some good ones in Turkey. I've seen some bad ones in Turkey. Considering the aftercare, considering the upkeep, and considering being able to go back to the clinic so easily if something doesn't maybe go right, having it based in the UK, if you are from the UK, would make a lot more sense. So if you enjoyed the video, drop a like, turn on post notifications, drop a comment down below, and subscribe if you haven't already. And I will see you, thankfully, in the next video. Peace.